Go live! Oh, we lost Cali.
He's gone. His voice going live is gone.
Yeah, as soon as it starts up, he just disappeared. Oh, he's coming back here. I'll let him back in. There we go.
I wanted to make a grand entrance. That's the new plan, guys.
Well, you did. As soon as it went live, you disappeared. I was like, okay, what's going on?
Funny stuff's happening over here. How's everybody?
Have you nailed down how many weeks we've been doing this yet, Kelly?
I think we're still between 15 and 20, man. I'm sticking with the 15. We're doing 5-week intervals. I think we're between 15 and 20.
Awesome. All right. So who wants to start the introductions today?
Sure.
Give her
Right.
Hey, guys. I'm Brad Plume. We're working on some flips up in Grey and Bruce County. Currently working on a flip actually in the Tri-Cities right now. It's going well. Lots of stuff happening there. And I'm getting a little bit into more of Alex's wheelhouse here. We're coming up on a duplex conversion up in Hanover come August. So it's going to be a good time. Going to be lots of stuff on the go. If you want to connect with me, hit me up anytime, 519-379-7911 or at brad.plume on Instagram.
Awesome.
Okay, Alex. Yeah, Cali, Alex, there you go.
Go for it, Cali. I'm still having trouble hearing you guys, so you guys
cool, man. No problem. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us again for another week of we're going live. Glad to be able to share our, real estate journeys with you and kind of let you know what we've been up to. I want to first of all say a big shout out and thanks to everybody who watches and comments and gets involved and who reaches out to us afterwards to say, hey, what's going on, or who shares this with a friend or family member who they know could use some help in the whole real estate investing world and want to get their feet in there. I really appreciate the people that have reached out to me, and just want to say thank you. So by the way, I'm Cali Braithwaite. I'm out at the GTA. I've been focusing this year on flips primarily. Currently actively have a flip in the Peterborough region, Toronto area, and one in New Brunswick right now, Moncton, New Brunswick. So that's really exciting. Doing some assignments. If you want to reach out to me to kind of talk about the deals that I'm working on and how we can maybe work together, the number is 289-207-5316. You can reach me at Grow with Cali on Instagram or find me Cali Braithwaite on Facebook.
All right. Awesome. Alex, have you reached your destination?
No, but I stopped somewhere so I can do this for a bit at least till I connect properly. Alex Mustatea with technical difficulties. I'm connecting. I'm based out of Hamilton. I'm currently, involved with various flips and multifamily conversion projects through Hamilton, GTA, as well as Southwestern Ontario all the way through Chatham. If you guys want to get a hold of me, 289-769-8975. I did just commit to another project in Hamilton.
Nice.
Actually, a couple of semis that I got involved with as far as a flip. So that'll be. I'll talk more about that as I gather more details here.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome. And I'm Shawn Gunther out of Moncton, New Brunswick, and we're currently focusing on wholesaling. So anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest here in New Brunswick, definitely get in touch with me at 506-800-4289 or on Instagram at the Moncton Wholesaler. So, guys, what's this week looking for you? How is things going this week?
This week is really busy for me.
Yes, let's hear about it, man.
Did you just tell us you were at the cottage?
That's why it's so busy. You realize how busy it is when you got to chase the kids around, and then you got to go on the boat, and you got to do tubing, and you got to do skiing, and then you got to go canoeing, and then you got to go kayaking.
That's awesome.
It's too busy. No, it's great.
So, what's everybody working on? Let's hear about the updates of these projects that we're doing. I can start out with mine. So I have a project in the Peterborough area that I've discussed on several occasions here, and we're finally getting to. Hopefully, we're gonna have the kitchen installed next week. So this week we were just painting. We got all windows installed today, so that was really exciting. New windows, new doors. We're seeing some changes in the market, some ups, some downs. So it's a little scary because some of the comps that I was anticipating coming in higher have come in lower, but I'm hoping that with a brand new, well done flip, there's going to be people that are willing to pay a premium for a brand new product. Are you guys feeling the same thing with any of the projects you're working on?
Yeah, I'm actually seeing direct comps to a couple of projects. Some are moving with multiple offers. Some are on the market for over 2 weeks, and they, for the most part, I think are all priced aggressively with the intent of multiple offers. But yeah, some are getting and some I don't know. I find it hard to find a science in this right now.
Yeah, with the hot market, it's kind of difficult to determine prices right now, right?
It's almost like it depends on who the buyer is that day, I'm seeing places that you think are going to go over asking, and there's crickets on offer night, right? Like no one's either they're just afraid, or just that one buyer that bought the last place way overpriced is now off the market because they found what they were looking for, right? So it's almost like it's just timing. You really can't control it. There's no science to it, I think. But one strategy that I seem to think has been working for the most part is the very strategy where they're listing houses so low that it's so obvious that that's not the price that anyone is expecting to get. So then it forces the buyer to just say, what do I think this place is worth, right? And some buyers are getting turned off by that, and getting the fatigue of having to get the hopes up and make an offer and lose out. And some are entering the market and they're like, hey, I'll try. So I guess it's just one of those things that you can't really predict or control, but it's just the way it goes, right? It comes with the territory.
I love it when agents will post sold 200 over asking. Well, thanks for the gimmicks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When they're asking half price. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I know right now with the market and everything, the way that is going for me, it makes my life a little bit more difficult, obviously, because now it's reached the point of saturation where every Joe Blow on the street knows that the market's good. So everybody thinks their houses are worth, $100,000 more than they are. Right. So I found the way that I mitigate that the best is I have a decent realtor who I trust with his idea of how the market's going, because he's been right on multiple occasions for different properties that we've dealt with. And I lean on him a lot to kind of give me accurate ARVs, like in the market that's going on today. Right. But that's based off today as opposed to 3 months, 6 months down the road when you're finished your fix and flip. Right.
Yeah.
Are you guys noticing any changes, Shawn, where you are? Like, I know here in Southern Ontario, I think I can say that I'm definitely seeing over the last few weeks a slowdown. Are you guys still seeing or feeling like an increase, or have you noticed any change where you are? Any stabilization at all?
I don't think we've got much of a slowdown. Maybe a little bit more of a stabilization, I would say, because people are still buying relatively quickly, but I don't think that the market's going up exponentially as it has been. But there are also like those situations too where like you just don't know, right? Like there's people coming in and they're overbidding on properties, and then say this happens in 1 out of every 20 properties gets outbid, but people will hear those stories and assume that their property is going to get the same thing happening, right? But I try to explain to people it's like winning the lottery, right? Like you buy a ticket, oh maybe, but you're basing your potential price off of something that somebody else told you, like that you had no real application with real life, right? So, you know what I mean? Trying to mitigate that situation, because it's like, really, you don't know here, like, and I find that's mostly because, I mean, I'm a wholesaler, right? So people assume I'm just going to go in with the lowest price, which isn't always the case. It just kind of depends off of what the market's doing too, right? There's no way to make money. There's no way to make money, but yeah.
I think there's a lot of buyer fatigue right now. I know when I talk to some of the agents that I work with, they're, you know, when they're dealing with their buying clients, they're just getting annoyed, right? It's like, okay, we've offered on 12 properties and we've went absorbently over on a bunch of them and still got nothing. So forget it. We're not even going to deal with it now. And potentially right now, like, we're rounding out that time frame of like schools coming to an end. Like, there's lots of stuff going on in people's lives. Like, you know, they're just exhausted with putting in all these offers. So it seems like there's potentially a decrease in buyer pool right now. Like, you know, buying is still strong. Like, you know, you look at some of these places and you're like, oh man, that place has been on the market for 3 weeks. And you're like, oh, I should throw a lowball offer in on market because you could probably get it. Whereas, you know, the majority of them, they just hold out and they say, here's the price, this is the price. And then all of a sudden another week or two goes by and it sells. You look it up and you're like, oh, it pretty much sold for what it should have, right? Like, you know, it was just a matter of somebody waiting it out and going like, hey, this has been here for a while and I may not have to compete with like 15 other people. Okay, well, we'll still go in with what a fair market value offer is, or, you know,
like ask,
play a little back and forth or something, right? But,
right. Well, and I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Allison said like that she loves that her realtor brings her exclusive pocket listings, and I think that, you know, we should all kind of try to find a realtor that's able to do that for us as well. But, you know, that being said, who knows like what's going on right now? Like I was speaking with a lead, you know, kind of doing follow-ups for past leads and stuff like that. And there's this guy that we've been going back and forth. He's got multiple properties, but also is, you know, relatively savvy businessman, knows that the market's up and whatnot. And like, I'm almost kicking myself now for not offering what he was like 8 months ago, right? Like, because who what was going to happen, right? Or a year ago, I think it was. But anyways, he was for one place, he was asking $190 a year ago. He's now got a pocket listed with a realtor for $300,000.
Wow!
Right?
Wow.
So, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that realtor's opinion as well, and why he's not putting it on the market is specifically because that's way overpriced. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking to him 3 months ago, and he was interested in selling that property for like $240, $250. So it's like, oh, okay, so now he's just putting it up there. Doesn't need to sell, has no real, you know, motivation to sell. He's just seeing if he can get the highest possible price, right? And I feel like there's a lot of sellers that are like that in the market right now too.
A lot of unrealistic expectations, you know. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he said it. He really painted the picture quite clearly. He said, it's like you're driving in 100 zone, 100 kilometer an hour zone, and everyone's driving at 300. And all of a sudden you slow down to 200. You're still like driving really fast, but it feels like it's slow compared to the 300. You know what I mean? And I think we've been in the 300, driving at 300 for quite some time, right? And that's, you know, that's kind of, I think, what's going on right now.
Yeah.
For those of you that know how I drive, you know, driving analogies are not going to go too far with me.
Alex is going 300 right now.
Slow down, man.
I'm getting to my walkthrough. I'm getting there.
Yeah, just in case there are any police watching, Alex is not actually going 300 kilometers an hour.
Disclaimer,
yeah. Anything said by anyone here is not considered. Yeah. Anyways, we won't go there. But yeah, like, I mean, what are your thoughts? Like, you know, anybody here like answer like what what if you had to predict what's going to happen in the next few months based off the information that you have right now? What are your thoughts? Do you think we're actually going to slow down, or do you think that it's just a little bit of a lull for the time being?
I don't know. I look at it as being a bit of a lull. Like I said before, you're coming to that, like any other historic trends would put us in this spot previously. Like typically that end of school year time, end at like June area, was always a bit of a dip in the market, or not necessarily in pricing, but in demand. And then all of a sudden, then the summer happens, and then there's a bit of an uptick. And then July into August, late July into August starts to happen. Everybody's like, oh man, we got to find our new place before we go to school again, because we want to get moved in before school. And then you see a big uprise again, right? So, but it's just the last 2 years we haven't really seen that per se, because the buying demand has been so huge.
Some of the stores have opened today in Ontario. Have you tried to go in any of them? Because I don't think I need anything bad enough to go into a store right now. I'm wondering if that's going to have a positive impact on real estate. If there was a bit of a slowdown, you may very well see a lot more people willing to get out there and look for their new home.
Oh yeah. So do you think like the people were people couldn't go to the store to buy stuff, so they just bought real estate instead, or?
No. I'm saying that if there was a bit of a slowdown in the past little while because people are not willing to go through houses, that might change.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really difficult to say like what I think is going to happen. I know what I want to happen. I you know what I mean?
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. I think there's a lot of uncertainty. There's so many factors that I really don't know if anybody knows what's going to happen. I mean, who knew that we would be where we are today, right?
Yeah.
Everything that's happened in the last year has really conflicted with historical trends. So other than the prices go up, right? Usually they go up and down in an upward motion. And that's the only consistent thing that's happened, but not at the rate that they have. I mean, how do we explain why house prices have gone up this much when there's supposed to be all these people who are out of jobs? And, I don't get it. It's actually, I think I couldn't be surprised if there was a correction. You know what I mean? Because this just doesn't seem right. I'm enjoying it, but it doesn't seem right.
Well, the way that it was kind of explained to me, or that made sense to me when I heard it, was the fact that right now, technically, with COVID and all the job loss and everything like that, we should be in some kind of a recession. But the fact that the government printed money and then gave out so much money, this is the first time we've ever been in a recession-type economy with a lot of cash floating around.
Yeah.
So, people are making, like, especially here, $2,000 a month, like, is more than what a lot of people are making. And now the government's giving them more money than they were actually making at their other job, making it, them basically have more money, spend more money. And yeah, I don't know, but it's a crazy, crazy time. And I think that what we're seeing might just be a lot of the inflation that's been discussed in the past years that is finally catching up to us.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure the government just made a statement saying inflation's only projected at 2 to 3.5% this year. Don't you agree with them?
You mean this government who's only put out a budget like once in the past 4 years? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's cooking those books, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But I want that bookkeeper.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I don't know if I want them or not. If you looked at the country as an actual success, like business, I don't know who's investing, right? Like, I mean, I see this one thing the other day. It was talking about basically the fact that over X amount of years of you working, you would have invested X amount of money, X amount of dollars into your pension plan. And given that pension plan, give at an average interest rate for your investment being put into this pension plan, you'd be roughly like, I think it was something like $1.9 million estimated based off of a $600,000 investment over your lifetime into this pension plan. And how if you were lending that money out, or that money was actually in some kind of fund where you were getting a return on it, the average return on that would be about $95,000 a year. And the government gives you $35,000 a year after pension. So it's like, how is this not theft? So, I mean, whoever is taking this money, investing it, or creating that investment for the people that are expecting that or relying on that at the end of their life, I'm not sure the government is the best person to be relying on that for you, or that kind of But we won't go there either. Alex is from Romania, so I'm sure he's you don't talk about the government like that.
That's right.
All right.
So here's a question:
Alex.
What is the what are we looking forward to this up and coming week, or what are the plans this weekend? I mean, Brad, you're at the cottage, so it sounds like you're a prime example of what people are doing right now. Why the house? So it's your fault why the house prices are the way they are, Brad. But who else has any plans to anyone else going away or doing anything exciting? Real estate or non-real estate related?
Non-real estate related, but we may be having a baby this weekend.
Oh, there you go. We have a name for this week's episode, man.
Yeah.
We may be having a baby.
It's imminent. We're talking days, hopefully days. My wife sure as hell hopes it's days at best, if not hours. So I will not go anywhere more than 25 minutes away from home.
Nice, man. So are you guys ready? You guys got the room ready and all that, or?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's all ready, man. It's the bag is packed. If we end up go to the hospital on a moment's notice, everything is geared up.
That's awesome.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Elena sends her love.
Nice.
Elena has just sent out a little heart there for you for your baby.
Oh, thank you. Yes. She just recently had. Well, it's been a few months now, so she's 6 months old now. Elena, I think. Their daughter.
Yeah, I think around that. Yeah, maybe a little older. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Just it must have been just in December, if I'm not mistaken, or November, December.
Yeah, time's been flying, man. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like we were just talking. The weeks lately have been flying. But you know what? I have no complaints, no regrets. I love it. A year ago when I was working my full-time job, I know that I would count down every 2 weeks, like, how soon am I going to get home? And then when I was at home, I would be like, when the last weekend before work came, I was like, oh, no, I got to go back to work in 4 days. So, time just really funny. But now I don't have to watch the time. I'm just enjoying, it's really amazing, man. I don't know if, I think everybody here has worked shift work or traveled away from work and been exposed to that. So, yeah, this is lovely.
Yeah, I agree too. And actually, Elena did respond, and it was her baby is 6 months old.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I have the same perspective as you, Kelly, because I went away and worked for whatever, and it was you're always waiting for a day, right? And now that I'm not, it just seems like time just goes so much faster. The perspective is so different when you deal with it. And I noticed that with certain things. I used to have I would schedule for at the end of the time or whatever, that now just get lost and where do I put this point in my life now, right? So it's just now it just kind of it goes so much faster than I could have even imagined, and I find it's difficult to keep up sometimes. It's like you almost start to realize the importance of time.
Yeah, for sure. Time management.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, you were working night shift, weren't you, for a long period?
Yep. 18 years.
How's that going for you now?
I'm still trying to catch up on sleep.
Are you? Okay. Yeah.
That'll take years to get back.
There's always something.
Yeah. It's funny. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were on their way to the golf course, and I was like, oh, that'll be good. Like, take some time, do some golfing. And he's like, yeah, you know what? Like, it will be. But at the same time, like, I feel like I just want to be working right now. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's just it, eh? Like, once you get into something that you enjoy so much, like things that are just time, in a sense, time wasters or enjoyable time, maybe not be as enjoyable as some of the work you're doing. So sometimes it's okay to do that too, right? So
especially golf, that anything is 4 hours, man. 3.5 hours of looking for a ball. Come on.
Well, the way I golf, I definitely spend a lot of time looking for a ball. Oh, geez.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, and if you're any of us, I don't know who out in the world there is taking the PI index test there. Anybody with a low patience rate has difficult with that as well. Like, I mean, my idea is like I go out and do anything. If it's for too much time, I start to get impatient. Like, oh, I got other stuff that I got to do. I got to get going. I got to go.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've never played a round of golf. I've gone to the driving range. I've played mini golf, but I've never actually played a round of golf yet. And I was talking on a podcast or whatever yesterday, and one of the questions that I was asked was, "What's something that nobody knows about you that's interesting?" And I thought, I don't know, like most people that know me just know me, right? But someone who doesn't know me, it's that I haven't found a sport that I don't enjoy playing yet, right? And I said, the jury's still out on whether or not poker is a sport because that's one that I don't enjoy, but I guess it's considered a sport because they show it on TSN now, right?
Yeah.
It's more of a pastime. It's right up there with baseball as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I can watch
we better
poker.
be careful on who's watching this. They might be making enemies here.
Yeah. So was that you saying that you don't like poker?
Me? Well, you know what? I actually I don't play poker. So I like chess. But I don't consider chess a sport. It's a game. But I don't know. I guess what makes a sport a sport? Is it because you sweat? Well, I can see myself sweating playing poker when I got all that money on the line, right? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah.
Well, depending on how serious you take chess, you could potentially sweat there too.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you sweat in baseball?
I think nowadays. I remember
enemies, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think, the baseball players now, I mean, any sport, they really emphasize on the physical conditioning and the fitness. And I remember like back in the day, you had guys like John Kruk, and I'm like, yeah, baseball is, I think anybody, but nowadays everybody's like really well, in great shape, I think, right? Golf, all sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Except for poker.
Bowling.
Interesting. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
I think
we're meandering now.
We're going live. Yeah.
We're going live. We're just going to talk randomly about things.
That's right.
Well, we are at the end of time, though, so I don't know if you guys want to just kind of do your outro and call her a day or what.
Let's do ABC. Let's do ABCS. So it's ABCs. That way we're not like awkwardly looking at each other on the screen. Who's next?
But that's fun. That's the best part about it. Just kidding.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's do it. Who's next? Who's
Go
next?
ahead. Hey.
I'll jump in and with the A, Alex Mustatea out of Hamilton, Ontario. I'm an active investor in Hamilton and GTA. Always looking to connect and potentially partner or a joint venture. If you want to connect, I'm at 289-769-8975, or you can always get me on Instagram, alexandru.mustatea.
Nice. Yeah, I'm Brad Plume. If you're doing anything in the Tri-Cities area or in Gray and Bruce County at all, give me a shout and let's connect and see if we can work together. 519-379-7911 or brad.plume on Instagram.
Awesome. Cali Braithwaite out of the GTA, currently investing in the GTA and in, Southern Ontario, Moncton, New Brunswick, focusing on raising capital for flips, majority of flips. If you want to reach out and talk about some of the deals that I have going on and how we could work together, please feel free to reach out, 289-207-5316, or follow me on Instagram at Grow with Cali. Find me right here on Facebook at Cali Braithwaite. Thanks for tuning in.
Awesome. And I'm Shawn Gunther out of the Moncton, New Brunswick area. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, or if you're just looking to get started in real estate or investing, and I'd love to chat with you anyways here. We're always looking at expanding our team. So give me a shout, 506-800-4289, or on Instagram at the Moncton Wholesaler, or also on Facebook, just Shawn Gunther. So yeah. Thanks again for joining us, and you guys all have a great week, and we'll see you again next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.